Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
I'm CJ,
My name's Gary.
and this is my brother's joint.
Over the last little while, in the last couple of episodes, you've seen us kind of film in a few different styles. We're just kind of dipping our feet into a few different buckets. And we've kind of come to the realization in starting this process that, maybe some of our gear is not quite up to making professional quality for video and whatnot. So we're going to be a little bit more humble, and we're going to present to you in a little bit more of this more simple format. It's pretty much going to be what you see here now. That's how it's going to look for a while until we get a little bit more established and a little bit more learned in how this whole deal works. So good tip for any of you podcasters out there that are starting out, just work with what you have. Don't try and get all crazy right at the start, because there's a lot of stuff you're going to run into that you did not see coming. Yeah. So just take your time. Worry about what you're saying. Worry about how you're saying it. The rest of the tech stuff will come later.
Yeah, what you're talking about, what your content is, that's the big thing, I think,
exactly,
to take away from it. Like my brother said, I think it's going to be easier for us to bring you better content faster once we go to this easier, simpler format for a little while, just until, like he said, the hardware's up to date.
Exactly.
Perfect.
All right, enough fucking around with that, brother. Let's go.
All right, brother, fuck it. Here we go.
Done with that, yeah. So I was floating around the old interweeb the other day, and I came across what is now my next gun want.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, well, we talked years ago about getting over-unders, and it kind of fell by the wayside because, we got a bit harny with the semi-automatics, which is fine.
That's putting it lightly, but yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But, nonetheless, they were always a firearm that I really wanted. And I came across this Stevens 5.55. I'm going to pull up a little picture here for you, just so you can get a boo of it. Because it's very simple. It's just a basic idea. It's not a fancy pants kind of gun. There's nothing about it that screams, look at me. But it's very simple. Turkish walnut. It's got nice checkering around the pistol grip and around the hand grip. It's even got that nice little finger groove just before the forestock ends for a little bit more comfort and whatnot. Double vented barrels. Nice bead up front. Single trigger. Tang mounted safety. It's very basic. There's nothing fancy about it. But it'll kill everything.
What's the price point?
Price point on that baby in Canadian dollars is $679. So that's
not bad.
Under $700
for an over/under.
Over-under.
It's tough to get an over/under under $1,000.
Yeah,
to be honest, like
we seen what the Baikal over/under.
Yeah, the Russian made one, right? It's like a Canadian Tire. Yeah. Apparently, it's a good gun though. Like, reliable as fuck.
Yeah, And the other big one is the Stoger. The Condor.
Stogers are nice.
Yeah,
the Condor, right?
Nice. They're kind of based in that same price point, around the $600 to $700 range.
But you've always wanted one of those Condors.
Yeah, it was. They had. I can't remember the name of the edition. It was. She was fancy though.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they've always been a real nice firearm that I've been looking at. I don't know. I seen that on the computer, and I was like, man, it just struck me. I was like,
it's a nice gun.
Yeah,
real nice. Like, I wanted that. Remember when the Benelli finally came out with their first over/under, the 828U?
Yeah, that was.
And remember how bad I wanted one of those?
Yeah.
It's a $3,000 gun, though.
I know. Ladies and gentlemen, we've literally sat in front of, like, corralled around a single device that's been lodged on a table, hovering and breathing in each other's ears, just drooling over these firearm pictures.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
We don't have big lives, really. We just
no, we're simple folk.
Yeah, we're pretty easy.
Yeah. But we got, like you said, we got that the semi-automatic was the way to go, like initially for what we were using it for.
Doing. Yeah.
But it always would have been nice to have like a real nice quality over/under for shooting targets, right?
Absolutely, because I
It's
mean that's
the
like how
swing
much
is
fun did we have out
the
shooting,
most
just
for
shooting
sure.
clay targets, man. Like almost in a way, because it's so different, it's almost just as good as hunting live game.
Yeah, I don't know
Because you
what I
can
enjoy more, archery or clay shooting.
archery is a
I have a
huge
real good time
blast.
shooting clays, but I really like archery, man.
It
Like
is. It's a
it's really my
fantastic
thing. Like
time.
it's right in my wheelhouse. It's something I love so much. I think shooting clays with buddies is probably more fun, like with friends,
Well, I think the main reason that one would be more fun is because there's also a lot of audible stimulation to it as
for
well.
sure.
Boom,
Yeah,
smash.
you get and when you dust one, it's real cool. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you're like, that was
yeah.
like a dead hit, right?
Like,
Whereas
don't get
archery
me
is a little
wrong.
bit
It's
calmer, right?
yeah. Even if you
Yeah,
have a moving target set up and you hit it, it's like yes, I hit it. But at the
yeah,
same time, it's like well,
yeah,
it's just stuck there.
yeah. It didn't. There's no theatrics to it, right? Like
No,
there's no
you might
out of
knock
here
it
about it.
down, but
Yeah, like. But I was looking at those that APA archery company.
the
Uh,
Canadian one.
yeah, the Canadian one. I think they're based in
Yeah.
Alberta. I'm pretty sure, but they make some beautiful bows, and they've had some real great ideas, like features that a lot of bows don't have, like that the blade tightener built into the riser of the bow. So you
Oh,
just
for the
take your
broadheads.
you take your broadhead, you slip it in the star, like the tighteners that you
Yeah.
normally have, and then you can just snug it up and then put it in the rest and knock it, which is so much nicer than when like you think about taking out your broadhead tightener and tightening it down, then putting it back in your pocket. And it's just nice to have it on the bow. It's a
Yeah.
great
Well,
idea.
and a broadhead tightener is fairly small, so it's
Yeah.
pretty easy to lose. But not only that, even though it's small, it's generally made of a material that's going to be pretty resilient to razor blade sharpness.
Right.
So it has some weight to it. That's
Yeah.
now one less thing you have to pack in the woods with you,
Yeah.
which is also
It's
a big deal.
just nice to have
Ounces
it
count
right
when you're
there.
packing for hunting.
For sure. Of course, if you're going in overnight, it does.
Yeah.
I like a lot.
Yeah, you
I
only got
mean,
so much you got to fit in that bag,
there's
and you
only
don't
so
want
much
that
room.
bag overstuffed because then by the time you get to where you're going to be beat to snot.
It's a lot of work hiking and over those bogs in Newfoundland and stuff like that. Like that's probably as hard as it gets.
That's rough
That's
walking.
unless you're in the mountains, it's fucking mucking through a bog is
Yeah,
with a bow in your hand and a sack on your back. Is
bag of decoys and
oh fuck! Don't even get started on duck hunting. Jesus Christ,
yeah, buddy, we done some sweating out duck hunting.
man!
More
Do you
work than hunting.
remember when we walked that full bog all the way around the back end to
Yep.
come in behind those geese, and you wouldn't take the quad in there because there was all of a sudden just there's
Oh, you
bog,
just
bog, bog, and then a water hole, and the quad's
yeah,
gone. You're like, what the
yeah,
fuck?
no good.
No, terrible, terrible. It's
Yeah,
the least amount of fun when you're hunting is mucking over a bog.
yeah. It was just so dog tiring
Well, it
because it's
sucks your feet
full
in, and
suction the whole time. Yeah,
yeah,
and then as soon as you step, none of it is stable the whole way
no,
down through your
I-
weight transfer. So you're constantly trying to balance yourself.
yeah.
It's exhausting.
Do you remember how exciting you get when you get to a dry patch? It's almost like a little island in
Yeah,
the bog.
you're
You're
like,
like, oh, fuck, this is so
deadly.
good. And we had to sit down one time. Remember? We're like,
Yes.
this is the only dry spot we can find. So we sit down and have a little snack, like a bit of lunch or whatever. Fuck,
All right,
man.
folks, let me set the scene for you.
Yeah.
We're sitting in our duck blind in Newfoundland, and it's just me and brother, and no ducks, no real action. A couple of snipe come by. Plow, plow, plow. So we blast the snipe. All right, let's go get them. Water was
Oh,
continuously getting lower and lower every year.
is that the one when it was all muddy? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I got a picture of that somewhere. But we waited out
Oh.
and we brought them back, and I got about 25 yards from shore, and I had to stop for a second. Brother looks back at me. You all right out there, brother?
Oh, my
I said, boy, I've been behind a desk for far too long.
Oh, man, it was so funny.
Mind you, that was
Just-
also 25 pounds heavier.
It's just such a hard go, man. Like,
Oh, it's
like you just
beaten.
if I didn't have, you remember those waders I had,
Yep.
the ones made by Bandit,
Yep.
and so they're not neoprene. They're just a waterproof material, and they almost feel like
Yeah.
nylon.
Yeah.
So good, man. If I had to walk that in neoprenes like you did,
Oh, I was beat.
that was fucking brutal,
Heavy,
man.
heavy,
Just
heavy.
the good thing about those Bandits is that the mud would just kind of fall off it because
Yeah,
it was
it
like
just kinda
canvas
rolled
material.
off,
It
yeah.
wouldn't stick to it. But the neoprenes, man, you came out. Your
Glue.
legs were like just tar.
Yeah.
Somebody looked like
glue,
they
man.
tarred you from the waist down. It's nuts. I'm trying to actually pull up a picture of. I think I have one on my Facebook.
Oh, okay. I
Of
know. I
us,
have one of me standing there in some rubbers and a pair of camo overalls, looking fat as fuck.
Yeah, I got that one. Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember that one. I can't find it now.
Mind you, the beard was looking pretty fat back then too.
Yeah.
Ladies and
this
gentlemen,
is-
this thing's only this is like not even adolescent compared to what's usually on my face.
So this is the one you're talking about, brother. Right here. And this is what we had to walk through.
Yes.
It was this was fine.
Yeah.
It was
that
when you
wasn't
got
so
here,
bad.
it was brutal. It's as bad as it looks.
Yep.
I can guarantee you. Like,
Yep.
look how tired I am.
To the
can
thighs, just with muck.
Wiped, man. It's terrible.
Ugh.
All that for what, like
2 legs.
3 ounces of meat?
Yeah, maybe 3 bites, basically.
Yeah.
Like 3 solid bites. Because remember the other time when the bunch of us were out there and we caught a bunch of them?
We get
And
wrapped
we
them in
just
bacon.
fried up little bacon snipe
Yeah.
legs on
Yeah.
barbecue.
I remember that.
Those were actually quite delicious.
They weren't bad, yeah.
Again,
listen, you
Almost
wrap anything in
nothing
bacon.
it. Yeah, well,
No, but you wrap anything in bacon, it's going to be good.
yeah, it's true.
That's
At least better than it was.
job to beat. Job to beat bacon, man.
I
I'll
actually
give
had
a-
BLT sandwiches tonight.
Oh, that's good. I think bacon is the only reason I could never be a vegan.
Yeah, like real bacon. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Real bacon. Well, I do like a good steak too, though.
I do, but man, I've gotten so much off the red meat. It's weird for me because
I don't eat that. Yeah, I'm a steak guy, but I probably only eat red meat once a week.
yeah,
maybe twice at
see,
most.
I'm pretty much one.
Right? Yeah.
Usually, it's either like it's usually a form of ground.
Well, it's just hard. Like, you're only eating steak or ground beef. You know what I mean? Like doing a roast
Yeah.
for 2 people. Like for me, like you got more in your household than I do.
Yeah.
So to do a roast for me and Jess is like, it's just too
Almost
much.
a waste of food. Yeah,
Yeah, it's too much, and like you don't really want to eat.
roast for 3 days.
No, like roast is dry enough. I mean, I guess if you know how to cook it, it's not dry enough.
I say, brother, why is your roast dry?
But you know what I mean? Like leftover roast is never that good.
Oh, mine is.
I don't care for it.
I'll make you. I'll make you some.
I'll tell you what I do like. If you got a big enough steak
Yeah.
where you can leave half of it for the next morning, steak and eggs
Oh,
with HP sauce on that steak.
I don't know if it
the
still
fuck outta
exists or
here.
not, but Humphrey's Family Restaurant in Victoria, BC. I used to
Yeah.
go there every Saturday morning.
Shout out to Humphreys.
Look, yeah, if you're still around, thanks, because you made me a lot of good food. Man, their steak and eggs was killer. Only a little 6-ounce steak, but
Yeah.
it's breakfast, right? You don't need a big old fucking...
Well, you don't want a 10-ounce steak for breakfast.
No.
6 ounces is perfect, man.
Yeah, because if you
That's
have
good
a
stuff.
10-ounce, by 10, you're going to be not trusting anything around your lower half. It's just not going to be good.
Yeah. I think you're probably right. A 6-ounce steak is pretty much bang on for breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
for
I mean,
sure.
if you do it medallion form, it's going to be, 3/4 of an inch thick.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I like a good inch thick steak.
Now, brother, something else I wanted to show you.
What's that?
You're going to like this one, too. Let me get rid of this.
Folks, if you could have seen some of the nonsense we used to get up to.
Oh, silliness.
We were younger men then, brother.
Yeah, a little bit.
There
Little
we go.
bit, brother. All right. Look at this baby.
Oh, is that that's a ground blind?
Oh, yeah.
That is nice.
Yeah. Full approach. Masio.
Wow.
She's 8.5 feet long, 5 feet wide, 50 inches high. So full seating for 3,
Yeah.
plus room for gear. It's got 3 built-in adjustable gun rests. So, I mean, this thing, you could basically live in it for the day. There are doors that you can have for the top. This is just showing it without them.
Oh, so you could do like screen flaps basically, so you
Yeah,
can
the
see
little
through them.
spring action ones.
Yep. Boy, that'd
So
be
you,
nice, man.
oh yeah, right, little pop-up style.
Can you imagine that having that in the fields here for geese?
Up
That
your
might
way.
be, yeah,
Oh, buddy,
that might be
that's
one of the best inventions
yeah.
after a lay down blind. Well, actually, that's probably better than a lay down blind. That's more
I
comfortable for
would
sure.
like that. Yes, yeah, I would
It's
like
better
that
for
much more.
shooting too because you just have to stand up. You don't have to sit up.
That's right. It's a lot faster, a lot easier to keep acquisition of your target.
You're in with your buddy. You put a little tiny heater in there, right?
Oh yeah, that one of those little Mr. Buddy heaters.
You know what you could do? You could wrap the inside of that with insulated blanket once you get to site, and get it planted.
Yeah.
You wrap it with insulated blanket, and then the only thing that you have to leave normal is the screening,
Yep.
so you can see the geese. And you put one of those little propane heaters in there.
Toasty.
It'd take the chill out of those frosty Canadian mornings.
Absolutely, and it would make it so when you go to jump and stand up, your legs aren't like "fuck you."
Yeah, that's
Now,
a great. We got to get one of those.
Yeah.
How much they want for that?
This one here, this is actually not crazy because again, and it's only 30 pounds.
Yeah.
It's got a full setup, full tent. Everything folds up into one piece, right? There's no like poles and everything all over.
Oh,
the place.
that's nice. I like that.
So 30 pounds is actually pretty good to me if the framework is built in, right?
Yeah.
Retails for $4.99.
It's not bad.
No, it's 8.5 feet wide.
I'll tell you, the final approach
huge.
stuff is good. That's what my lay down blind is.
Yeah, it's
That's
good quality
a
stuff.
wonderful lay down blind. Yours is the final approach too, isn't it?
No, mine's Canadian Tire.
No, don't
Mine's
you have,
actually your first one.
Yeah, that's a final approach one as well.
Oh, okay.
Both of them. Yep.
Cool
It's
to
just
tell you. I have it still. It's in the box.
Yeah. Mine has. I just bought mine with the when I upgraded. I went to the spring loaded doors and the higher frame, whereas yours is just the smaller, lighter frame.
Yes.
Yours is much better for mucking over a bog.
Yep, that's for sure.
Mine
Weighs
is
less.
a lot heavier.
Now, I seen this and I was thinking of you because you kind of have a truck pretty much just like this. The box would be the same anyways.
Yep.
Look at that bad boy.
That's convenient. You can just throw a little air mattress in there or memory foam.
Well, it's got a built-in floor.
Oh, well.
So you're not there's no way for you to sleep directly on the bed of the truck.
That's good.
So it's got a built-in floor. It's got obviously a full rain fly that goes over the whole bloody thing.
Yeah.
Every seam is double sealed. It's got a loft for all your gear.
Nice.
Right? So up in the top section with those 2 windows,
Yeah.
that's the loft for the gear, and then you lay underneath everything.
Yeah.
And it's even got a little lantern holder.
I need you to send me the link to that because
you're going to smile even more when I tell you this. It's only $199.
I would buy that for $199 any day.
That's the price of a regular tent.
Yeah.
This one here,
That's
built to fit in your truck. Like,
shit, right? Yeah. That'd be great for Jess likes to go into like country music festivals and stuff.
Yeah.
So you have to camp basically, right? That would be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
No
if you
more.
ended up getting like, oh, man, geez, it got real cold tonight.
Yeah.
Hop in the truck.
Well, you could even open. Mine has the sliding back window.
There you
could
go.
literally let the heat funnel out of the truck.
Yeah. I never even thought of that.
I wouldn't even have to get up. I could open it before we went to bed and remote start. Brother,
Technology's good for some stuff, man.
That's amazing.
Yeah. You got to get one of them.
You
We'll go on a
even
hunting excursion and break that baby
well,
in.
obviously, even if you put a little Honda generator
Yeah.
outside the tent because they're quiet,
Yes.
and you put
them little
just
suitcase jobbies, the 1000s
you literally
or
just
whatever.
need a little space heater for that thing,
Yeah,
just a
little baby
little
one.
one, and that would take all the chill out of the air. Except Jess gets cold in a 24-degree room, but what do? We're camping.
Eh,
You can't have everything. You know what I mean?
no. Well, hey, man, it's like I've been telling you for the last few years. Every year, it seems I get less and less capable of handling the cold.
You know what? I hate to admit it, but I'm the same way.
Yeah. I've been trying. I've been hanging out, like trying to keep less layers on or a thin jacket or whatever. And it's like, nah, eventually I'm just like, I'm bitching out. I got to put a coat on.
I'm hard pressed to get me to wear a jacket, but I've been wearing it a lot more lately. I don't know.
It's only going to get worse, bro.
Because I was thinking about it. I was like, man, it was -10 the other day.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I worked in -50 and 60. How am I cold right now? Like, but then I thought,
bro.
Yeah, that's true. But then I thought about it too. I was like, it might have been -50 or 60, but I also had like full gear on.
True.
Like here, I'm walking around in jeans and a jacket.
The least insulated pant material you could possibly wear.
The one that pulls heat away from your body.
Yeah.
Like, fucking stupid. But I do find myself a little bit less tolerant to the cold.
Oh yeah, and I mean that's an age thing, right? Yep. I told you, buddy. As soon as you hit 30, man, shit starts changing.
Oh, that's folks, for you guys at home. That
if you're not 30 yet,
are the young people that go, that'll never happen to me when your dad tells you shit's going to get rough as you get older. And you go, nah, fuck that, because you're young and vibrant. It's true. It's very fucking true. Because I've got pains now I didn't even know existed or that you could have.
Yeah.
It's weird. Now, you muck along through it, but some days suck.
Yeah, well, I mean, take drinking, for example. If I go out and get drunk, 2-3 days, man. Just forget it.
Before I'm back on top. And especially if I'm hammered on wine, it's definitely a 2 or 3 day hangover. Because red wine is the worst goddamn hangover. Fuck me, man. I'd rather be shot.
Well, after a good night of wine, Owen, most people look like the Tales from the Crypt there.
It's dried out raisin. You're like all sucked in and shit. You're like, fuck. It's bad, man.
Yeah, it's not good.
Real bad. All. No, it's not good at all. No. Not a fan.
You got to be careful, bro. But
I know.
You got to not do that fucking, what was it, vodka and water?
I do vodka and water a lot.
Going around with numb tongue all the time.
Oh, man.
So bad.
It's so bad. And you're like, I want to eat something after the bar, but I'm not going to be able to taste it anyway. So why the fuck am I wasting the money? You know what I mean? You literally get the worst food on the street because you can't taste it. You just want to fill the hunger pains away.
Big and greasy to fill my stomach.
Oh, fuck. Man, I remember being downtown George Street with Laporte, and we'd leave for the end of the night, and I would hit like at least 2 or 3 sausage vendors as we walked down the street. Like I'd get one when we left the bar, and by the time we got halfway down the street, I'd be finished and I'd get another one. Oh. And he'd be like, how the fuck do you eat like 3 of those by the time we get off the street? Because you know how I eat, like fast.
Yeah, I don't eat like that no more.
No, I try not to. I'm conscious of it now.
Yeah.
But like, there used to be a time, but I remember I used to be like, you'd be like, we'd sit down and I'd be like, plate's done. Like,
I remember sitting down Christmas dinner, man, and it was just like everybody was just
nobody talked.
Family trait, I think.
They just shut the fuck up and eat.
Lip smacking and fork scraping and
the whole man. Get the false feet going. Good. He's so funny, man. I love him so much. He's such a character.
Oh my God, yeah.
Jesus, he's so funny. He makes me laugh just telling
every time
a story about going to the grocery store with mom. Yeah. Like, I'll be in stitches.
Yeah.
Laughing so fucking hard because he's so outlandish. It's unbelievable. but hilarious. And he's not even trying, and I love it.
No, and that's what makes it so good. Right?
That's what makes it funny. Yeah,
it's 100% natural. He's just telling you what happened.
He's legitly being him.
Yeah,
and it's just
that's
his mannerisms and the way. Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
If you don't like him, I love him for that.
Oh yeah.
The fact that he's like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you don't like
fuck them if they don't like me. I got enough friends. I'm like, that's a good point.
That's a great
I wish I was more like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Everybody could use a little bit more of that.
Yeah. Not too much of it.
No, but just
but I agree, man.
Everybody.
Nowadays, you got to go, if you don't like me, suck a dick.
But
I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, you really do. Yeah. I think a lot of people would be a lot happier in life if they just gave a fuck less.
What? Brother, and have you had... Okay, we got the same color shoes. Have you gotten weird looks about your shoes?
Like my cowboy boots?
No, your running shoes.
Oh, yeah. People look at me funny.
Yeah, me too.
Because I got bright red shoes.
Yeah, they're almost pink. Almost.
I get comments all the time.
Oh, yeah, but
like why are you wearing red shoes?
Yeah, what's up with your pink shoes? Your shoes are awful flashy, aren't they? Like, yeah. So when I'm out running, people don't run me the fuck over.
That's a good point. Yeah.
People can see me because they're bright.
Yeah.
Plus, they look cool. So, what now?
I don't understand why. Because I remember thinking it when I was buying them.
Yeah.
Because there was blue, red, and black. And I was like, the black ones were purple. Super ugly. Yeah, purple's cool.
Yeah.
And I remember when I picked up the red ones, I was like, is this gay? Like, are people going to think? And then I was like, what the fuck do I care? Also, folks, gay is just an expression. It doesn't mean anything. Just take it down a notch. But we're only 27 minutes in. Just calm the fuck down or you're not going to make it through the rest of the episode.
Yeah. It's not going to get any better.
No. Anyway, we don't mean anything by it. It's just the way we describe things, right? Anyway, I was like, man, are people going to think I'm a little bit weird for having red shoes? And I was like, why the fuck do I care?
No need.
Like, it came around that fast. I was just like, well, I shouldn't care, but this is nonsense. Like,
I pretty much bought those shoes with the intention of no longer giving a fuck.
It's one of the good things about Ontario is that
there's
less of that attitude here because everybody just does whatever makes them happy. You know what I mean? Like, you dress how you want. It's
as long as you're not hurting anybody.
Yeah, it's much more accepted here. But like, I know back home in Newfoundland, if you ran around Deer Lake with red shoes, they'd be like, they'd look at you some queer, man.
Yeah. And again, folks, looking at you queer just means looking at you strangely.
Yeah. Funny.
Yeah.
No correlation between.
Oddball. That fella is an oddball.
Yeah. We get tore apart in the comments for that one. Jokes on you.
Jokes on you. Bottles short of a case of moose meat, eh?
Jokes on you, fuckers. We don't read the comments.
No. Do we even have them turned on?
I don't know. I don't
know.
I've never checked to see if we even have a comment.
I don't know. I have to look into that.
All good.
Meh. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. For sure.
I heard a funny story on the radio yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So, a couple nuns in Ireland got fined and charged under COVID violations.
For doing what?
They had to travel from one region of Ireland to another to perform an exorcism.
That's important work. That's the Lord's work right there. You can't be giving fucking listen to me. Ireland police or whatever the fuck you are. You can't be walking around giving nuns fucking violations and tickets. What's wrong with you? They were about to exorcise the demon out of some young child, and you stopped them and fucked their day up. What are you doing? Oh, well, I'm not a godly man. I'm just fucking around.
If I was the nun, man, I would have just looked at the cop and been like, the power of Christ compels me.
Yeah. If I was that nun, I'd have been that saucy nun. I'd been like, You know you're not getting in now, right? Okay.
You
When
are
you see
out.
you see St. Peter at the pearly gates, he's gonna go, "Aren't you that fucking cop that gave those nuns a ticket?" You can't be like, "Sorry, pal, we're all booked up for
Turn
the next 20
around.
million years. Get the fuck out of here."
You out,
What were
man.
you
You out.
thinking, bro? You know? That's funny though.
It's just, in a way, though, it's almost crazy to think that that's still a thing that happens,
It weirds me out that there's still exorcisms.
right? I mean, I don't know.
That's funny.
Like, and don't get me wrong, it's nothing against religion either, because religion and science over the last 50 years has actually started to merge a whole lot more than,
They've been coming around to it for sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's not that they're progressive by any means, but they're at least being a little bit more open-minded
Yeah. No, for sure.
to the
Of course.
realization that they can both coexist.
Yeah. They can. Like
Yeah,
I get it.
100%.
If you're a spiritual person, I get it. You find some sort of comfort or whatever in the fact that you think there's a higher being or whatever. And I understand that. That's the world's fucked up. It's a hard place to understand, especially the universe included. Like that's bananas,
Yeah.
man. I get why you'd want some sort of answers. But I also believe science is probably more on the right path of what the fuck what happened. You know what I mean? But
I can't say I disagree with you.
yeah, it's hard
Just
to.
remember, folks, these are just our own personal opinions based on our own
Yeah,
chaotic lives.
listen, do your thing, whatever makes you happy. That's what I think you should do. Don't
Absolutely.
listen to us or anybody else. You do whatever makes you happy. As long as it's not hurting anybody, fuck it.
Giver.
Doesn't
Well,
matter.
I kind of like the way. Have you watched American Gods, the TV show?
No.
It's a good watch. Basically, the premise of it is if you believe in something, no matter what it is, if you believe in something enough, it's real. It exists if you believe in it enough.
Okay.
Right? So, like, there's one point of the show where you end up meeting Jesus. But there's Mexican Jesus, there's black Jesus, there's white Jesus, right? Because there's enough people that worship that specific one and believe in it, so it exists,
Yeah.
right? And, I mean, I've heard some people say, like, I believe in science or I believe in medicine.
Yeah.
And there's people that it basically is like religion to them.
Yeah. I mean,
It's just a different format.
for sure. Yeah.
It's all in perception,
It's-
right?
Look, there's like almost
There's no wrong way to do it, really.
There's almost 3,000 religions in the world that believe in a different deity. So for you to think that you're the only one that's right and the other 2,999 are wrong, that's a pretty bold fucking statement.
Yeah. The way
Maybe
I look
it's-
at it is you can believe what you can believe, and he can believe what he believes, and it can all be good.
Look,
Just don't go around pushing it on
this is
anybody
gonna,
else.
this is going to sound weird, but if you watch The Flash, the CW TV show, when he
Yeah.
goes into the Speed Force talks to him and he takes the form that makes him most comfortable,
He's
which is his mom or Joe, his stepdad.
Yeah.
If God was a real thing, don't you think he'd be smart enough to be like, just present myself in whatever way this person is going to be the most comfortable?
Yeah. Because in all reality, if it is a true being, you really think
Yeah.
we're going to be able to perceive it and understand and even be able to compute what we're seeing?
No.
It's not just going to look like me or you. It's going to
Yeah.
be whatever the hell it might be.
Yeah. 3,000 years ago, we were stoning people.
Yeah.
What the fuck? You know what I mean? Our
getting
perception
stoned
of
right
things
now.
is, well, that too, yeah. But I'm just saying, like our perception of something would be, for us to understand something that made the universe, we'd be like, what the fuck?
Well,
You
that
wouldn't
was
even
magic
know.
back then,
Yeah, still, it would be magic today if he showed up.
right? I mean, magic, all magic does is turn into science. It just takes
Basically,
somebody to
yeah.
be able to figure out how the magic works, and then it's no longer magic; it's fact.
Yeah. But I mean, whatever makes people happy, by all means.
You know what makes me happy?
What?
Shooting guns, driving vehicles with loud exhaust, and just having a time.
Scratching my balls.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah.
There's always room for a good butt scratch, though.
That too. Yeah.
Like every now and then, like, yeah, it's good butt scratch.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, man. It's listen, hunting, fishing, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Some of the most fun you can possibly have. Just, I'm sad that it's a dying thing. You know, a lot
It
of people
is.
are like, and I understand people's reasoning for it. Listen, I get it.
It's for starters, it's not a cheap hobby to have.
No, it's expensive. There's a lot of rules and regulations and all that shit that goes along with it, and then there's the stigma behind it. Like,
But in all honesty, folks, I'm going to tell you something right now, and this is fact. It is my fact, anyways.
yeah,
You will not find a group of people who are bigger conservationists
oh,
than hunters.
yeah,
Conservation comes from hunters. Don't get me wrong. There's lots of people that don't hunt that support conservation.
For sure.
Ducks Unlimited, all that jazz.
yeah,
And that's all appreciated and fantastic.
yeah.
But it's all going to boil down to the people who are actually spending the time in the wilderness. And that's hunters.
And on top of that, I mean, there's so many nonprofits like Ducks Unlimited and Delta Waterfowl, all those guys that like hunters get together and they go build nests and habitats for ducks and stuff so that they can nest safely and all that. Like,
That's right.
and all of our licenses that we buy, all the money that goes towards those licenses goes towards conservation. Here in Canada, I can't speak for America, but here in Canada, when you pay whatever it is, $50 for a waterfowl license, that $50 goes to conservation for waterfowl.
That's right.
It really does, you know. So, and then plus the time and volunteer work that they all do, hunters.
Well, and I mean, it's when you
we don't
got
want
guys
them
like
gone.
us out, no,
You know what I
it's
mean?
like when you got guys like us out in the woods beating around. If we see something that we know is not right, like if we see some animals that are walking around and we can tell, oh man, those guys are
We
those
call that
animals
in
are sick.
for sure.
Tell them, like, hey man, I seen a herd of caribou up there. They look pretty crazy. You might want to send up a helicopter, just check some shit out.
Yeah, like
Right, and a lot of things can get saved. And
yeah. Look, we want the healthiest population of everything there can be, because
not
number
just so we
one,
can kill them.
yeah, number one, it makes it better for our hunting. It makes it safer for everybody. Just everything so much better. That was terrible, brother. I'm too high.
Well, we've just like as the dominant species on the planet, we've encroached so much in on them
Yeah,
that we have to be able to still go in and interact and try and help them and support them.
yes,
Because we're fucking bulldoze everything. Fuck them, right?
yeah,
But if we don't have them, people don't realize, right? There's an equilibrium. It's all a big circle. You take out a couple components, the others just either go away or die.
yeah.
Then you got barrenness.
If you get too many of something, then
Same issue, yeah.
you get the same issue as well, right? Like if you have too many deer or you have too many coyotes, whatever it is, if you have an overrun population of coyote, then the deer and the rabbit population and the grouse population, all that stuff is going to suffer.
Exactly.
Because there's too many. So you have to thin them and control them to make sure that doesn't happen to all the other species down the line.
Yeah,
we
right
want
down to the bugs that the birds eat.
We want all the species to be tip-top all the time. Exactly. It's a healthy ecosystem. It's important.
We want sustainable environments so that way we can sustainably hunt.
Right. For sure.
It's no different than foresting.
Land development and forestry is much worse than what hunters do. for killing animals and farming
Gigantically so.
by far.
Yeah.
It's not even a comparable number.
No, not even close.
So just be kind to your hunter friends.
Yeah.
They're not so bad.
They're not asking you to give them money to support. They're not asking you
No,
to like what they do.
Just
They
don't shit
want
on
you
them.
to, yeah,
You know,
just leave them be and
let them do their
realize
thing.
that they're not doing it to be assholes and just kill stuff.
Yeah, and for all the hunters out there, just be legit. Only take your
good.
bag limit. You know what I mean? Don't be an asshole.
No, because it makes it just harder for everybody else.
Yeah. Just remember when you go out there, you're representing all of us.
That's right.
So we want to do it in the best light possible. And then that takes the stigma away, hopefully, or at least lessens it a little bit.
Exactly, yeah.
You know. Anyway,
Anything is beneficial.
on a lighter note, brother.
On a lighter note.
Well, we went down a rabbit hole that time.
Yeah, well, that happens sometimes.
That's good, though.
just
Well, I
something
think it
we
need to
care
be
about,
said,
man.
right?
Yeah.
Well,
Something
sure,
we
man.
care about, and we need to make sure that our viewers know that, we feel strongly about it. And something that we're going to constantly will be coming up on the show.
Yeah. And folks, listen, for all the non-hunters out there, for the people who don't like hunting, there's nothing more fun than, like we said, a weekend shooting clays or doing some archery. And you don't have to take that skill and put it into hunting. You can just do some archery, man. It's just something to do with your son or your daughter or whoever. Take them out, have some fun, learn a new skill. It's great. It's fantastic. You'll love it. I promise. Get some targets out.
A lot of discipline.
Yep.
It's great.
It teaches you a lot of things. So take them out, take the kids out, get into a bit of archery, get them a 410 shotgun and bust some clays and just do it responsibly and safely.
Yeah.
And teach your kids gun safety.
Yes, and if you as
do
the
it
parent
right.
aren't 100% sure, go take a course. You can pretty much go to any college or university locally, and there's going to be a federal course available for you. Yeah. It's under $100. It's a weekend. Go learn some stuff that you might not know and pass on the information.
And if you've got any archery questions or firearms questions, by all means, you can hit us up on Instagram or Facebook or wherever, and we'll be happy to help you out if we can. If you've got questions, it's not a problem.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, we're not
open.
We're not pros or anything like that, but we know a little. Like
we can tell you what we know.
Yeah, for sure. We've been doing it for a good few years now, so
yeah.
So, brother. Do you see that NASA landed the rover on Mars successfully?
Yeah.
I was watching the video of them bringing it in with the parachute, decoupling it from the shuttle, and I was thinking about it. I was like, man, how fucking impressive is that?
The scale of it, man.
Pretty impressive.
To be here and then spend 7 months in space and then to do it all remotely. That's the thing that gets me.
That's impressive.
This is all done remotely.
Yeah.
From Earth. What the man? You know how many times I get a drop cell phone call?
Doesn't make any sense.
What the fuck?
What are we doing here?
What's happening?
We can put shit on Mars and drive it around. Mars.
I know it takes like 7 minutes or something, communication-wise or whatever it is.
Yeah, I don't know. That's roughly the ping, I think, for...
Fuck. How is it so possible that we can go that, but worldwide cell phones drop calls like millions in the day?
It's pretty nuts.
It's so weird.
It's crazy, man.
I guess it's kind of like, bank security cameras.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, how are they so... Why are they so grainy?
Yeah, use a satellite from space to pinpoint the license plate on somebody's car.
Easily.
A bank machine fucking camera can't even tell what the guy looks like when he's 3 feet in front of it.
It's ridiculous, man. Yeah. But I was back to the NASA thing. Like I was watching them and they landed it and everybody in the room jumped up out of their chair and they're so excited. And you're like, man, those people just accomplished something.
Huge.
Crazy. At work.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
at work, yeah.
You don't ever see anybody jumping up high-fiving in most jobs, but like That legitly was a high five moment when they stuck the lander down on the. It just
That's
has to
almost
be.
like that's a double pat hug moment
Imagine the relief when
from
everything
the
works out right.
engineers and stuff. Yeah,
Everybody just goes,
yeah.
because it's been like 6 years for this mission to Mars, and it's all come down to this 30 seconds because they knew they'd get it to Mars, but
Oh
now
yeah,
it's
that's the
literally
easy part.
decoupling it and putting it on the surface and not smashing it to pieces.
Because what was it, like $1 billion or something?
I don't know, but I've never
Crazy, I'm
known space
sure.
travel to be cheap
In any form.
in
Yeah.
any way. I'm sure Elon will get us there one day, but
Yeah, not yet.
I think not in our lifetime, brother.
But because, like, I mean, I have moments where I'm tense at work where I go to test something. Like, I'll test some plumbing or something that I installed.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
like, fuck, I hope this shit don't leak.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what kind of tension are they feeling
Oh,
as
imagine
the rover's coming down?
if you fuck this up any amount, you destroy like $1 billion project. And this, you
never
can't
work again.
send anybody to fix it.
No,
Not
you'd
yet.
never
Not yet
work
anyway.
again.
No.
You'd work at McDonald's for the rest of your life. Be all you could get.
Do you think they'd fire somebody?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you'd have to, wouldn't
Yeah,
you?
if they could specifically pinpoint what the cause, like what the culprit was, and they were like, "Hey, Frank, the fuck?
What's up, bro?
That's your department, man. You're the
You
only guy
fucked up,
who does
son.
that. So get stepping."
Imagine the redundant systems
It's
that are
gotta be
in
at least like a dozen.
for sure, so that they could take control in a numerous amount of ways.
Yeah,
Like
there has to be. After the failures that they've had, like with some of the Apollo missions, the Challenger,
yeah, oh, the
Like-
Challenger. Yeah.
there's got to be things that they've been just like, you know what? Do another 5.
Yeah, just
5
to be
more.
safe. Fuck it, whatever. It's like it's another how much? 2 million? We're already like half a
75
billion in. Like we might as well just.
Go
But,
all
I mean,
in, boys.
You take like when Buzz Aldrin and those guys landed on the moon, like the whatever capsule broke the landing instruments, and Buzz Aldrin had to take his Omega Speedmaster watch off and hang it on the thing and time the lander to the moon's surface. Like, listen to me.
Those boys were
That
pilots.
is the baddest motherfucker ever on planet Earth. He was in space, fucked. And they've got to get this thing on the moon that
Yeah.
nobody else in history has ever done. Ever. And
Yeah,
they
we're
went,
gonna do it.
you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this fucking Speedmaster off because I'm quick thinking, motherfucker. And we're this many feet from the surface. So at this amount of speed, at this
speed.
altitude, we should hit the moon surface by whatever on his Speedmaster. So he hangs it there and pilots the craft down manually. Come on. That's a
Bonkers.
cowboy right there.
Bonkers.
Yeah. And then, Neil, you had to be the first one to step on the moon, Neil. You couldn't let Buzz do it. You know what I mean? He just got you there. I assume they're on the same mission, right? Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like, it's just I even try to like put myself in that frame of mind to think about being those guys.
Yeah.
First time coming down to the moon. And not only like did you have to have testicles the size of fucking Volkswagens
No shit.
just to go there, but now you're gonna open the door
And trust the spacesuit that some nerd built.
for the cheapest.
Thank God he
pretty
was a
much
nerd.
the cheapest contract.
Yeah.
It's all government contracts, right? So it's pretty much the cheapest one gets it.
Yeah. Crazy.
That's a whole lot of
And
faith in it.
not only that, but the landing instruments broke and you still trusted that spacesuit. Gentlemen, you deserve the Corvettes that Chevy gave you when you came home.
Imagine.
I can promise you that and much more.
And then some.
Because
They
you
should
are
still be giving them to you.
legit cowboys
Space cowboy.
and savages. and I
That
salute
was
you.
a good movie too, actually. Space Cowboys.
I haven't seen it, I don't think. Oh, yes, I
It's an
did, where he
older one.
fights aliens and shit.
No,
Daniel Craig?
not that
Oh,
one.
that's Cowboys and Aliens.
Yeah, Space Cowboys is Clint Eastwood, James
Oh, yeah.
Garner,
I know what you're talking about now.
and Tommy Lee Jones,
Yeah. Tommy Lee
and
Jones is
Donald
good, hey?
Sutherland. Tommy Lee Jones is fucking deadly, man.
He's a real good actor, man.
Yeah,
I like him a lot. Yeah.
yeah.
Him and, oh, fuck, I can't remember his name. The old guy.
Tell me a movie.
The Irishman.
Oh, Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro. Yeah. He's real good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, you're good, Joe.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. So good, man.
Analyze this, analyze that. They were great movies. They were fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
They were good too, man. He's even done some comedies, man, where he's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, those were comedies, those two.
The movie with him and Stallone, where they're both boxers, they're both old men.
Grudge Match.
Grudge Match. That's it.
That
was
movie.
really good, man. I like that.
Yeah,
it was
that
real
was
fun to
funny.
watch. It was good.
Yeah, I had a Kevin Hart in it.
Oh, God. I don't know, man. I saw an Instagram post by The Rock the other day. He's getting ready for his role as Black Adam in the DC movies.
So he's getting even more shredded.
He's so fucking jacked, bro. It's
crazy.
Ridiculous.
It's crazy.
There's never been anybody as jacked as him ever in history.
Yes, there is.
No. Not like him.
Google Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler.
Yeah, Ronnie Coleman, I guess, is a bodybuilder. Yeah, but
Monster.
But I mean, like
Monster,
looking
dude.
normal, but still
True, he does
over the
just
top.
look like a normal shaped guy, but just
yes, because you get those
enormous
bodybuilders,
proportions.
they have weird.
muscular shapes.
Yeah, it's strange, right? But he still looks like a normal dude, but he's so big and shredded at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, you remember Arnold? Like, Arnold was big, but he wasn't shredded.
Yeah. No, he was.
You know what I mean? Like
a lot smoother. Yeah.
I mean, obviously he was shredded for the Mr. Olympias because they're dehydrated and stuff.
For the competition part.
His normal walking around thing, he was pretty smooth
Puffy
looking,
almost.
but he was puffy, right? Like he had big pillows and fucking yoked up arms.
Buffy don't need cones.
The Rock literally looks like he's made of steel.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like it's fucking insane.
Like when I think back to when he did the movie Hercules.
He's so big there.
That's what he's. That's what I picture. Just some old Greek guy who's like just fucking
Yoked. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Unbelievable.
monster.
It's
the attitude though, man, because he's so like in everyday life, he's just so up and so chipper and so positive.
I
And,
think he literally
like, roll with it, move on.
he might be the nicest dude in the world.
Kind of seems that way.
You know what I mean? Like he just seems like
Everything
he's
you ever see about him, he's
always
just the
in a good
happiest
mood.
dude.
I can never picture him yelling at an employee, like at his tequila company.
But could
like,
you imagine getting like?
well, he doesn't need to.
No, I know, but could you just imagine, like, say he's having a really, really bad day, right? And like you accidentally fender bender him, and you imagine that motherfucker getting out of the car,
No,
and turning around to look at you with that fucking eyebrow thing that he does.
you just immediately say you're sorry.
You'd piss yourself right on the
Yeah.
spot. You're like, reverse.
You hope that he's a nice guy, and you're like, listen, man, my bad.
I'm sorry.
I fucked up. You didn't do anything wrong. It's okay. I'm gonna pay for it all. Like, don't worry.
It'd be terrifying.
But yeah, it would be fucking crazy, man. Fucking crazy. But he's such a nice dude. I was watching the videos of him like giving some of his employees and stuff like trucks and cars and all that stuff. Like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? His house is fucking amazing.
Which one?
Like, I don't know, whatever one I saw, but I know one thing, man. He lives the sweetest life.
Yeah, he doing it right.
He's definitely doing it right. But I like all these people that are all these like new millionaires and billionaires that are doing it the right way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not
Like just being
total
nice
cunts
people
about
and
it.
don't be dicks about it. And you don't have to be all uptight with your fucking suit and stuff to be a billionaire anymore. Like,
That's right.
you know, they're all Mark Zuckerberg and all those guys are changing And like Elon Musk is
Yeah.
just the most nonchalant dude in the world, but
Almost
he's
too
he's the
nonchalant.
richest man in the world.
Yeah,
So
but it's weird because you see him doing stuff like interviews or giving speeches or whatever, and
yeah,
he almost looks like he's just so laid back that you're just expecting him to like pull a chair out of nowhere and just sit down and be like, "I'll finish when I'm ready,"
yeah. But I think
and just sit for a minute and quiet while everybody waits. Like,
well, I think his brain is always working.
firing.
Like I said this to Jess the other day because Jess kind of like even when you're talking to her, she's thinking about four other things.
Mm.
Like she's hearing you and the conversation is there, but you can tell she's on
Doing other stuff too.
she's on a different wavelength than the rest of us.
Yeah.
And I think Elon's the same way. Like I can't really think about two other things while I'm having a conversation.
I'd rather focus. Yeah.
Like I kind of got to focus on what you're saying. I might be able to contemplate one other thing, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I'm not on that wavelength where I can be doing astrophysics
That level
calculations
of
or physics calculations while I'm having a conversation with you about boats.
I never took that class.
Physics?
I took biology.
I think I took both.
I'm not much for math, right? Never was.
I'm not either. I'm a moron, but I can do a little bit of math.
I was going to say, you're an electrician. You got to be able to do something.
I'm not bad at math. I'm not going to be doing any,
Calculus
crazy math problems, but I can get I can get by.
I can add, subtract, multiply, divide, so I'm pretty good
Yeah.
at that.
I don't really need to do much else.
No, my tape
Maybe
measure
some fractions, shit like that.
Well, yeah, fractions are big.
Yeah.
I use a tape measure a lot, so
You never realize how
fractions are pretty important.
it's for kids at school. You don't realize how important some of the shit is until you get into the real world. Like when you're in school and you're like, why are we learning fractions? Like this is nonsense.
Pay
But
attention.
You use it all the fucking time.
All
the time. It's crazy.
There's literally maybe like 3 things that I do at work that I don't need fractions for.
Yeah. And yes, the metric system is better, but you still need to learn fractions.
But we got to do both, yeah.
Yeah. The metric system's easier for starters.
How long's that board? Well, it's 1,236 millimeters.
Exactly. And then if you want to add on, you just directly add on. There's no, special shit going on like there is with fractions. You got to know what you're doing, right? Learn to read a measuring tape helps. Because then you can picture the marks, right? And you can 16.
Yeah. Well, and you can also get the tapes that are actually labeled.
Yeah, you can.
With the increments on them, right?
Yeah.
Just for new people starting out, doing home improvements and shit, right?
Yeah, you get one of those. It's easier.
That way you can learn it.
Yeah, and then once you use it enough, you'll be like, oh, you remember at what point it falls on.
Yeah, you'll just know.
It comes to you after a while, and that's it. So
yeah.
Well, brother, we're an hour in. You want to wrap it up?
Yeah, we could do that.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
Show, folks.
We're gonna call it a night. Oh,
before we do, some of you are going to be seen or have seen by now that because we're a little bit ahead of schedule. But anyway, our YouTube channel, Facebook, and Instagram are all going to maintain My Brothers Joint. You will no longer find us anywhere with Brothers Media. We've decided to condense, just run everything under the My Brothers Joint. So for any future content, that's what you need to search up. Just plain and simple, My Brothers Joint.
Yeah.
And that's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, you name it. We're out there. We're not hard to find.
Yeah. We just wanted to simplify it, narrow it down, make it easier. And it's easier for us to maintain as well. So that's how we'll run it from now on.
Absolutely. Thank you all for joining us. Can't wait to hear what you have to say. Don't be afraid to leave a comment. Well, he might not read them. I'll take a look at them.
Yeah.
So feel free. Leave a little jingle for us. Yeah. Everybody have a great night. We love you. Chris?
Stay safe and good night.
All right, folks.